Let's see. Oops. Huh. All right, actually, that's fine, I guess. 1 second. Cool. Alrighty. Hopefully, I mean, this is the first time I'm actually streaming to LinkedIn as well. So let's see if that's gonna work. We're streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and LinkedIn. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the quality of LinkedIn is. I actually have no idea. I've never streamed there. Copy link to video. Let me actually check it out on a different screen here. Yeah, it's not super great, honestly. But let's give it a shot. I mean, who knows? Okay, cool. All right. Let's see, actually, if anyone is joined there. Okay, cool. All right, let's see what we're gonna do today. Get this fella over here. And let's take a look at this. yeah, this is actually very low. Just noticed. Okay, let's increase that audio. Very good. Okay. Sitemap, I think that's should be fixed. Let's move that here to do off stream. Add to calendar sets wrong start and time. Josh, good evening, my friend. How are you? Thank you for coming, man. Add calendar sets wrong. It's blah, blah, sure. All right, let's start the stream somewhere. Good evening, everybody. Nice. Some people are showing up. Very nice. Very good. So let's kind of start somewhere tonight and then see. I'm very good, man. Just been to the gym, worked, and yeah. I'm kind of with you now, guys. With you guys here. Let me just close other chats. Sure. Yeah, let's hack out. Let's start with something. Yeah, for sure. So let me see over here. So we had a couple of things we wanted to. I also have some notes on my tablet here. Let me actually. Okay, so let's start with some silly things, just so we can kind of get started today. And then we see where it takes us, actually. So what I'm gonna do now, I will so yeah, let's start maybe there. So let's actually start with this add to calendar thing we have for the meetups feature, and that's in the events sidebar, I suppose. So what we do on click handle add to calendar, let's actually find what the business logic behind that is. There's a lot of Paul, good evening, man. Thank you very much for coming, dude. All right, here it is. Okay, so if there's no event, this is kind of arbitrary a bit. I don't like that, but whatever. Yeah, that's kind of stupid. Okay, so this is kind of what we do. So what we do is we need a start and end time, right? So when you actually click on this thing, we kind of pre-fill the bounty. Good evening, my friend. Practical plastic towels. So essentially, let's see what would happen if we don't set the end time. How does the Google Calendar work? So if we do something like this, right? Let's see what's gonna happen. So if we leave this and add to calendar again, yeah, so you can see. So how do we actually set? Good evening to you as well, Bounty. Good evening. So okay, okay, let's take a look at that. So because we no longer have the end time for our event, meetup event, right? Let's see. So how does one construct this start and end time? So let's ask AI. Can we construct a Google Calendar invite URL without the end date, as our event dates are a start date and time and duration? There has to be a way to set the kind of an event in Google Calendar without setting the end date. Let's see, because we just need to update this little business logic here, right? That's pretty much what we have to do. So let's give it a shot, though. Actually, very interesting. Yeah, yeah. Actually, that's smart, right? Because we have the duration. Yeah, I actually haven't thought about that. That's very good. Yeah, I like this. This is gonna fix it, because we're gonna have a start date and the end date is whatever the duration. So from the moment the event starts until the end of the event. Yeah, sure. That's smart. This should now actually work if it did it properly. Let's see. Huh. Okay. What's happening? Invalid time value. So, and which one is this? It is Hey Alex, I just opened an article where I made a comment. Yeah, that's a very less likely. Paul, can you send a link to the article? Cassie Dev, hey buddy. Yeah man, I'm very good. I just been to the gym and been a bit with my family, my kids and my wife, and I'm kind of hacking a little bit with you guys now. So you're saying that you didn't write this article? Nice, man. Yeah. It's gonna be a fun weekend. Yeah, this is very weird. It is a bug, actually. How come? How is this possible? Thank you, man. Thank you for reporting this. Let's write a bug. Bug report here. Article showing the wrong author. No, we'll as everything else, we'll fix it. No. Man, you know, in healthy body, healthy spirit, right? Without some training, it's impossible. I mean, when you're younger, you can avoid it. When you get a little bit older, without exercising, you just go crazy. Andrew and Andre, thank you very much. You just pinged it on Discord, I see. Yeah, very good. But I already created a card, so very good. Yeah, we take a look at this stream for sure. It's probably something silly, but very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's just fix this first, and then we're gonna see what's happening. Give me 2 seconds. Wait, it's just with multiple screens a bit. Okay, so let's get back here. Let's give this to AI so we can fix this very quickly, so we don't deal with dates and manually do this, and then we do something more meaningful. But there's something, this regex or this regex here is I don't know why is this necessary though. Kind of sucks. I don't like this, but okay. Okay. Yeah, that kind of makes no sense. So, and what is the actual originals? So, yeah, that's a little bit weird though. I would not expect that, to be honest. Let's see, what the hell? What are you doing? Jigdev, hey buddy, thank you for coming, man. Use event, okay. But what? Ah, okay, I see. All right. Okay, let's see. 2:52 a.m. to 2:20. Nah, that's not correct, man. So this is either neglecting the time zone or something, because it's setting it wrong. So let's kind of analyze this. So it's setting it to this, and then this, but the actual event is at no, actually it is correct. It is correct. Never mind. Okay, good. So it is correct, in fact. So it is this plus duration 2 hours. So yeah, it is correct in fact. Okay, good. Sure. Okay, good. That is pretty much it. That is kind of what we wanted to fix. Let's take a look at a couple of others. Actually, I think this is the only one. Yeah. Okay. Next thing we're gonna do very quickly, just so we can build these features a little bit faster. I kind of wrote it on my e-ink tablet here. Some of the notes. Let me actually just stream the e-ink tablet to the PC so you can also see it. Give me 1 second. Let me just open it up. Let's go to let's go here. Let's go screen mirroring. Yes, let's go here. Start now. And let's go to yeah, there we go. So now you're looking at my e-ink reader. So let's actually go to PN notes here. And yeah, exactly. So this is kind of the one we want to do here. So we want to essentially, yeah, like improve Faker for meetups and meetup events, right? That's kind of what we want to do. Okay, cool. So let's go to great. So let's go to Faker. And let's add here, let's ensure that Faker, and I actually think I improve Faker readers, generate events relative to now so we can test all the meetup subscriptions. Okay. Let's ensure that Faker also generates meetups, and for each meetup, at least 3 meetup events. Each event should be 10 days away, 3 days away, 1 hour away. That is just so we can kind of test this stuff easier, so we don't need to kind of create them manually every single time. And I'm going to show you one thing as well with, what is it called? Where is our, that's a bit weird. Access services, where is our, not traffic. Let's take a look at that. If we go to Docker Compose, what are we looking for? We're looking for glitch, no, volumes. We're looking for, man, what am I, BullMQ, yeah. So this is running on, so we have the BullMQ here with some jobs. So this kind of, so we're gonna now be testing some, I'm gonna show you what I did actually today off stream. It's pretty interesting, okay? Let's go to setup Postgres over here. Let me just kind of regenerate all the data. This should do it. Let's give it a second. Let's take a look at Docker container logs. Yeah, that should be fine. Go to tags. Liz, hey, good evening. Thank you very much for coming. And let's go. Good evening to you as well. Thank you for coming. So let's kind of comment this out, because this force and alter basically just nukes the whole database. So that's good. Very good, very good. Been to the gym, been with my wife and kid, and now I'm actually here. So actually, I don't think that it generated any. I don't think that it actually generated anything, did it? If we take a look at our database, I actually, yeah, okay. Yes, but all the meetups are drafts. Let's ensure that they are actually published. Okay, so you could say that if we look at our tablet here, we could kind of do this, and we can just say nuke it, so it is kind of done. Improve attendees, improve faker, yeah. So this as well is kind of also done. Let me get back here. How do I keep from needing to be making loads of state boilerplate in Redis? I mean, you can't do that, right? So that is kind of the, you could say, a negative side, the G-bounty of Redis. Let me actually maybe draw here, because I have my my drawing tablet is here. So and I'm mirroring from it. So so the thing with Redis is, right, is that you have the reducer. You have your actions. In modern Redis RTK, that's called that you have a slice, right, or slices. You have your actions, you have your chunks as well, and then you have, you know, your selectors that select pieces of this slice, right? And then you have the actions and chunks, right, to dispatch actions and to update your state. So essentially you say, you know, dispatch, and then you define what that action is, and that action then, you know, has some name, some string, defines what you define there in the actual reducer. How does the change, how does the state changes based on that action, right? So due to this very nature of it, it's boilerplatey by nature, right? So so you can't really like do much about it, right? And that is, you could almost say, a feature and a bug, you could say, right? Because fundamentally you have that separation of concerns there, which is the selling point, right? But well, you're probably using it and you don't need it, right? So as I said many times, if you are wondering if you need something, you don't in many cases, right? As I wrote in that Kubernetes guide I wrote for my home lab, under the why section, I said literally that sentence: if you're wondering whether you need something, you probably don't, because typically you will be driven to the specific solution, specific technology or whatever by need. So considering that you're saying that about Redis, but I mean, in 99% of scenarios, Redis is not necessary, right? It's unnecessary. So you need Redis, and you need similar state machines, if I can call Redis like that, if you really need to have a lot of complex state and you want to separate it from. So let me kind of write to you why you want to use Redis, right? So a couple of points. So oftentimes, first point is when you need global state that's easy to consume somewhere. Why is it easy to consume? Well, it's easy to consume because it's using context, right? And it's using this React Redis library to so you're basically avoiding, what are you avoiding? You're avoiding prop drilling, right? So the state itself, that single object, is wrapped in a context, and then you can consume that context. So that's value number one. Value number two is separation of concerns, right? Separation of concern. So you clearly separate your UI and your state. And this is not always good. This is not always what you want. But if you have a lot of state, like a lot of complex business logic, you gain a lot by moving it, even if you don't need it to be global, right? That's number 2. Number 3 is, and one of the most awesome ones, is Redis dev tools, right? So here you can see your state transitions, right? So when you say dispatch change X and you say to 2, you can clearly see your state transitions in the dev tools, and this is so valuable. This is one of the biggest selling points. Instead of needing to log things using console log or whatever, you have a very awesome dev tools that can do a lot of things, repeat certain actions, see how your state mutates, right, etc. So that is point number 3. What else was I trying to say? Point number 4, as I said, you can avoid prop drilling a lot. But this is not a selling point of Redis though, because you can do the same thing. So Redis has nothing to do with context API. But you could say, yeah, in this context, because it's using it by nature, when you're using it in your app, you could say it's used, but it has nothing to do with Redis, right? Of course, Redis RTK comes with many like caching mechanisms, retries, and many other cool things. So you could say that's also a feature in itself if you need it. Sometimes that's a bug as well, because sometimes by nature, you don't want things to be cached because, for instance, you're building something that requires data to always be latest. Number 5 is grouping state changes under one action, right? So this is also very important one. So for instance, if you're using use state from React, typically in applications, you're going to see people doing something like this. Const some state, set some state. Then const some other state, whatever, right? And often, and think about it, maybe you have 8 other state variables. Now at one point, you change some input and you need to clear these things. Then you're gonna have something like const reset state, some handler function, right? Where you're gonna be like, set some state 1 to null, set some state other to null. You get the point. You're gonna call a bunch of these handlers to just reset something. With Redis, this is way easier, because in Redis you're gonna have a slice, a function. You're gonna have this builder case where you're just gonna be like state dot some state is equal to null, state some other state is equal to null. So you do it in a single action. That is the useful part, is that because you're operating on a single object, single state, you basically don't need to write a bunch of this crap, right? Like this sort of stuff. So there's many reasons. Exactly. So there's obviously, but again, every technology fulfills it solves certain problem, and it introduces certain problems, right? So of course, when you introduce things such as Redis, nothing, again, as I said a million times before, every single decision you make brings some positives and always as well some negatives. So there's never an absolute solution that's absolutely correct, right? So no matter which path you take, you will always also make something else worse. So I would say that unless you exactly can sit and say, yeah, these are the reasons, X, Y, Z, this is my reasoning, this is why I chose this, then you're good. But if you chose it just because it's fancy or it has a cool name, then you're off to a poor start, right? So yeah. So have a questionnaire. Always ask yourself, hey, does this, make any sense? Should I be even using this? No, I know. I wasn't literal. I wasn't literal, but you get what I mean, right? Of course, man, my pleasure. Outplayed. Hey man, good to see you. Thank you for coming earlier, man. Last night we saw each other very late. How are you doing, buddy? How's life? Hello, nice to frequent stream from you. I mean, my streams are always random, man, and that is kind of the beautiful part about it. Sometimes I'll show up 3 days in a row, then not show up for 2 weeks. Cause yeah, I have very few, if any, subscribers or anything like that, which oftentimes is actually good because I have no obligation to anyone, right? So unless, you know, I had a bunch of people who subscribe and stuff like that, then maybe I would feel a bit more obligated to stream. Like this, yeah, not really. So there's a talk lately about I don't think it's a bubble. AI is gonna change a lot of things. I don't think it's a bubble. I don't think it's a bubble. I think AI is yet another huge advancement in technology, and it's just it's still pretty much a beginning of it, right? So of course there's uncertainty, and people are trying to find use cases, just as people were trying to find use cases with electricity and various other things, right? Some companies might bankrupt. I mean, I don't think that's a phenomena, right? Companies have been going bankrupt since dawn of time. In fact, I mean, as you already know, 75-80% of startups fail anyway. And this has been the stat before the AI existed, right? So I don't think that companies going bankrupt has much to do with AI, honestly. Maybe it's gonna accelerate it to some degree, but I don't think it has anything to do with AI. Or to say, I don't think that the root of that is AI. Companies have been going bankrupt, you know, for a very long time. So I mean, you know, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, I think Outplayed, I think you know me well enough by now to know my opinion on things. I don't make many assumptions, right? I mean, at this point, AI is here and it's an amazing technology, and that is undeniable, right? Now, are things going to change? Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of the only thing that's certain is that changes are coming to this planet, as they have been coming since we exist, and every time a larger change appears, humanity goes into very fearful mode, and that's normal. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think I just focus on myself. I focus on trying to stay relevant in the market. And that's the only thing I can do. I don't honestly read these news about AI or companies. I mean, there's nothing that these news provide for me. It's just a waste of time. Microsoft fired people. I don't care, man. Like, what can I do about it? I focus on, you know, learning new things every day when I have time, doing well at my work. And that's it. Like, who got fired, and is somebody gonna get fired, or is Amazon letting people go? I mean, I sympathize with these people, but I can't do much about it. So it's better to do something productive, right, than fall into that very negative trap, right? I mean, these companies hire like hundreds of thousands of people, so I would much say. Ryujina, good evening, buddy. Good to see you. What am I working on? I'm always working on the Program Network platform. Right now, I'm just doing some tiny things, and then we're gonna kind of, yeah, do maybe something more fun. So yeah, but anyway, I wanted to show so you can see now what I do. One refactor that I did was on a queue, on a bull MQ queue, right? So let me show you. So one very interesting thing that I had, so if we take a look at our queue, so we have the meetup notification worker, and we have set up generator queue worker. So this is actually irrelevant. This is just for generating my sitemap every 24 hours. But if we go over here, in fact, and over here maybe, actually we're there already, you'll notice one interesting thing. So what we do now is we do these delayed jobs in bull MQ. I can show you that. Give me 1 second. So if we go to like, why am I, wait. So if we go to bull MQ delayed jobs, instead of doing like a cron as we did before, what I'm doing now is I'm actually just scheduling the delayed jobs. And this is awesome for our notifications. So essentially, instead of doing a cron where, you know, I'm polling on some interval, so hey, every 10 minutes query for something, when you actually go to a meetup now, to an event, for example, you go, let's say, here, and you say, hey, I want to get notified, so you can see what's going to happen. Follow now. So if I say I want to, so there's some meetup event, Alex is streaming, and I want to get notifications on my email and whatnot, you subscribe, right? And then if we take a look at the bull MQ, you see there's now 3 more delayed jobs, right? And if we take a look at them, you can see that we have attempts, we have the delay. So this is kind of when should this thing, so you can see delayed for 6 days, delayed for 5 days, delayed for 3 days. And that's kind of it. This is our way to so instead of having, you know, something like PubSub or whatever, we're using BullMQ. And also, if we take a look at the Docker Compose here for our Redis container, you will notice that give me 1 second. Yeah, you will notice that I've extended it with this append only, yes, and then append fsync every second. So essentially, what is it doing? It's also storing the in-memory records, basically Redis being in-mem cache, onto the actual disk as well. So essentially, if our Redis restarts, if something goes wrong, we still will preserve these jobs. So for example, these, and they will not just go into oblivion, right? So that's very important. As you can see here in, actually this is not the production one, but we also have to generate a sitemap. So we have also a different job for that. And that is basically this one, sitemap generation queue. And then it's kind of does the same thing. It's just, this is an actual cron. So we're saying every day at 2 a.m. generate a sitemap. What does the generate sitemap do? We essentially, actually, I don't know if I have it here. Yeah. So this is our sitemap, and we generate it, of course, for Google Webmaster Tools, because the crawlers can utilize these sitemaps, and then you get essentially, so that's why when you go to search for Programmer Network on Google, you will find basically all of the articles and stuff, because I actually generate the sitemap, and then through Cloudflare worker, actually, I deliver it. So we generate a static file, and then we have a Cloudflare worker that I can show you that as well. So if we go to workers here, we have a sitemap router that, if we take a look at this kind of mini proxy, you may say, we're saying, hey Cloudflare, because this is my CDN, this is where we host our website, right? So that's a good thing. So we're saying, hey my CDN and my if user requests https programmer.network/sitemap, this is where the sitemap is. So respond basically with this file. So fetch this file and then deliver it, right? So this is a way on Cloudflare to this is like your gateway. No, not really a gateway per se, right? Gateway would be more, yeah, but man, shut the fuck up. Oh my god, he's here. Hey buddy, good to see you. But this is essentially because we're hosting our front end on Cloudflare pages, we have the workers to basically, you can think of it almost as an interceptor, right? So because all the traffic to my API is going through Cloudflare, you could say that you could call it a gateway to some degree, right? It's not really a gateway, but yeah, you could say that, bro, we have a big problem. Oh no. Oh no. What is the problem? All right. The tension. Okay, cool. So oh, you mean, are you talking about programmer network? Is this the problem that I just illustrated here? By the way, for those of you who want to get notified when I'm streaming, I highly advise you to join this meetup. So from this week moving forwards, those of you who care when I stream, just go to this meetup, join it, because this week we're gonna ensure that you also get notifications when I create a new event. So when I create a new event here under events, and you have actually, you're following, you're part of this. No, I know you're absolutely right. The UX sucks, but I will probably not solve it right now. And there's a reason for that, because I'm not using cursor-based, like pointer-based pagination. So that is the problem, right? So I have no cursor like to go back to. So that is the problem, right? So, but you're absolutely right. The UX sucks. To be very honest with you, like with everything else, right? This is a nice to have feature. It's like, would this be nicer the way that you suggested? 100%. But is this the most important thing relative to a million other things and limited amount of time? Absolutely not. Nobody cares, right? There's so many things that don't work, and etc., right? So technically, I would say not on top of the priorities, right? Because I can probably go and find other things that are also could be way better. It doesn't encourage commenting. I mean, to be very honest with you, I mean, you can always, I guess you could always open these in a new window, right? Can you? I mean, we could make that, right? Thank you very much for the follows, guys. I appreciate it. But I also had no idea that people are actually scrolling to this all the way down. So I agree with you. I mean, I agree that if you scroll and then click something and go back, so maybe we can make it so when you click, it opens in a new kind of tab or something like that, right? I don't know. Maybe at least that's a temporary solution, right? So when you click on one of these things, would that be better? Like, is that fine that we do now, for now? What do you think? Oh, you want a modal? Huh. Yeah, but I kind of agree a little with Bounty. Like, these models kind of suck, mostly also on mobile, right? I mean, we can do that. I don't use Facebook, unfortunately. I don't have social media. I only have LinkedIn and Programmer Network, so I don't have a way to check it. But I can maybe search for Facebook modal. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I don't have any other platforms. That's the problem. I only have LinkedIn, which doesn't have modals. Okay, but I see. You're saying, Alex, when I click on one of these things, it would be nice that it doesn't open a new window, that it opens a modal. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree with you that scrolling is an issue. Do I agree with the modal? Even though, like you say, other platforms are doing it, I don't care, honestly. I don't think that's a good UX. These modals are just weird. Like somebody shares a link with you and you go and something just jumps in your face. I don't know, it just feels weird. But is this great? I don't think. I mean, so we already agree that it's not. The question isn't if it's good UX. The question is it better than you going here, clicking and then going back and then starting from the scratch? So the question isn't whether it's a good UX. We know it's not. It's just, is it better than, you know, being here and then needing to click back, right? And then you're lost. You're back to the top. Let's actually see one thing. Okay, let me wait. Let's see. I mean, fair point. I like when you guys have complaints because then it's fun. We can fix it. So thank you, man. Shut the fuck up for doing it. I think that's awesome. Let me just think a bit. Because 100 euros. Right. Because I have a feeling that, yeah, scroll to top. Yeah, let's see. Use scroll to top. Is this messing it up, maybe? Maybe this custom hook is messing it up. Let's take a look at that. Because I think every time when the component mounts, maybe we just automatically set the top to 0. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, so you can see now if we go back, you are continuing where you are, right? Okay, good. So let's fix. There you go. So let's just say here that give me 1 second, I'm just thinking, okay? All right, fixed. Well, there you go. Let's deploy that already. You see what I do for you, man. Only for you. Let me just improve this code. Just so we don't. This changes everything. Screw you. This changes everything. The most important feature ever. Okay. I see. Okay. All right, great. That has been improved or fixed. Take it however you want it. Somebody's gonna say changed. Somebody's gonna say fixed. All right, let's wait for the hooks to finish. We have there's a pre-commit hook running right now, the Husky one, so that's why it's kind of loading. Should have just okay. Let's push that. Beautiful. Thank you, man. No, it's a simple thing. Okay, cool. So we fixed that. Let's actually go back here. So what it is that we have. So a bunch of these things you could say, yeah, are maybe fine. Clean up InVs, ensure network is properly working in production. Try more custom tags and figure out, yeah, this is for, not for, yeah. Show some sort of live indicator if user is live. Yeah, so essentially we're saying if the event, yeah, I mean, yeah, we could do that, but I think it's not really we could have some sort of a pulsing like state saying, hey, somebody is live right now. So we could do that fairly easily if we wanted to, right? Is that the most important thing? No. Let me actually see what I have on my tablet, on my e-ink, my new fancy e-ink tablet, which is absolutely amazing. Les, good evening. Alrighty, give me a second. Let's go here. Let's do this. And let's see how it is. Actually, let me maybe move here. So we take a look at this amazing piece of hardware I got yesterday. So what do we have? So what did I write? So we have the PN nodes over here. It's actually, look how amazing this is, man. I mean, I don't necessarily connect it to PC. I can go here. I can enable mirroring, as you can see. I can start the mirror, and then I can just go, like if we go to the browser, so if I kind of do something like this, you can actually see now that, you know, I'm kind of mirroring to my PC. So you can see me actually if I, shit, give me a second. Where's my, what is happening? Yeah, so you can see here, if I now end up writing, right? Like, this is a protocol, yeah. This is a mirrorcast, yes, and they have to be on the same network, same subnet, same, exactly, yes. But you can see now, as I'm writing, you should see it with a little bit of a delay, right? Yeah. Okay, but screw that part. So let's see. Kinda, I'm forcing myself to use it because it's amazing, especially at work for notes and stuff, for meeting notes. Let's actually see PN. What did we actually have here? So we had actually improve attendees, dispatch. So nothing actually there, but I had a bunch of notes actually here. So let's take a look at that. Let me actually just stop mirroring. Okay, this is actually no longer a problem. So that's done. Okay, this is also done. Okay, let me actually put that over here. Master drawer. Thank you very much for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, let me look at me in my pajamas. Alrighty, let's kind of hide that for now. So where do we do that? Here. Okay, cool. Let's hide this. Okay, so first let me do, I mean, might be a little bit random, but Traffic has released a new version, 3.5, and I wonder if it's literally plug and play. I'm not sure. Wait, because I'm getting into coding though. I tune in, get better ideas. This is my third day now. Mission to learn every day. Nice, man. Congrats. Programming is beautiful discipline, and I think I would say it's a discipline. So treat it as such. I mean, of course, I want you to be here watching my stream, but your time would probably be better spent building things, right? So make sure to get inspired by watching me or anyone else that you like. But I would say more importantly, make sure you're building, because watching someone do it is great for inspiration and getting some ideas or asking a question or two. But if you want to actually learn, you need to build yourself. Watching is completely useless. So you watching me build things in that sense is useless. Yeah. So that kind of sums it up. So for sure, man. Monitoring local host. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so I mean, I can already kind of see a little problem here. I've been watching a lot of the Primogen. He's been very nice, man. Whoever it is, whoever inspires you, that's great. That is awesome. Whoever it is, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's actually see if there's some breaking changes for this. So if I downgrade this image to the previous version, let's see. Right. Okay, so no monitoring localhost. Nah. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so it has nothing to do with that, I suppose. Let's actually take a look at the production monitoring. So let's say. So let's say monitoring dot. Liz, I would much rather focus on understanding what it is that you do and what it is that these Docker things do. I wouldn't worry too much about commands, memorizing commands, right? Because don't worry much about that. I don't think that that has much value, especially today with AI. So there's no shame in use. I've been in this industry for 20 years, and I use AI nearly for everything. There's nothing to be proud of memorizing things. The things that you have to memorize are certainly not commands. They're patterns, and they are things related to engineering fundamentals. This is what you want to memorize by doing. Memorizing some command of some binary is not something you have to worry about. Always have a cheat sheet next to you or some sort of a mini PDF, because you have to be very careful what it is that you memorize and what it is that you don't memorize, because you cannot memorize everything, right? That's impossible. And it would also be very stupid because you don't need it, right? But in the interview, you can't use AI. Yeah, I mean, you can't. That doesn't matter. I'm not talking about interviews. Interview is a different thing, right? I'm talking in general, right? You're not going to be modeling your life around interviews, right? So I don't care about interviews. I'm saying you need to be careful what you're going to memorize. Interviews are not going to define your life and how you think, right? I hope not, right? So fuck interviews, right? Who cares about interviews? Interviews, you prepare, you get lucky 1 out of 100 times, you get a job, and then you move on with your life, right? It's not that people wake up and they prepare for interviews, right? So anyway, you can't memorize everything, and you shouldn't. And things that you again, this is always a matter of logic, right? As I said many times, like, if you're wondering if you should learn something, you probably shouldn't, because again, the problem typically drives you to the tool. It's the same with memorization. Things that you memorize are typically things you use regularly. You see where I'm going with this logically. So the reason why you haven't memorized Docker commands yet is because you're simply not using Docker constantly. So it's actually, that's why it's perfectly fine that you don't have it memorized, because you don't need it. If you needed it, you would have memorized it. So it's just literally like it's very logical. So you will memorize things when you use them, right? You cannot memorize. That's like saying, I want to sit and learn Kubernetes in a week. You will not learn Kubernetes in a week, because in order to learn anything, you need to use it. You need to maintain it. You need to fail with it. You cannot open a course and learn something like that, right? It's silly. Yeah, actually, so let's actually take a look. Traffic 3.5 release notes. I think Liz, that is very good. That is where you grow. So when that is the most natural. So what you're describing right now is something you should be happy about, right? That is the most natural way to grow, and the most natural way to learn. Let me show you. I mean, I kind of wrote a lot of that. So I wrote this guide. This is my home data center. And actually, if you go to give me 1 second. If you go to I'm just trying to see where I wrote it, but I think you will understand my point in a second. Why? I'm just trying to figure out where I wrote it. Okay, so this is where I wrote it, right? So when I wrote when I did this, so I have a home mini data center here. This is where I host all of my things. Just for those of you who don't know, let's just share it. So that is the server that you can see in this guide. That is 3 mini PCs, 4 Raspberry Pis, some MikroTik equipment. So this is my data center. This is where I host all of my things. But that's beside the point, just so you can understand what we are looking at. And you can see here when I was talking about Ansible, I said I provided Ansible playbook for most setup tasks. So Ansible is a tool to automate things. Let's just leave it there. But I also said I don't encourage you to use Ansible up front, because you need to fail sufficient amount of time until you realize that you need to automate something, right? So it's the same in your case. Like the best way to grow and to understand truly why some of these tools are useful is to get yourself to a point where you have felt the pain of not having them. So, for instance, automating your deployments is a great thing to do once, as you have described now, once you've done it a million times, right? So it's like, man, I keep doing these manual deployments. It's so error prone. That means you're growing. That means you're understanding the pain, and then you're gonna be driven to tools, right? Not the other way around. You don't wake up and say, let me learn Ansible or Terraform or Kubernetes, right? It doesn't work like that. You will never ever learn anything that way. You don't just go to Udemy and say, let me learn Kubernetes. You cannot learn it that way because you don't have the pain that tool solves. And even if you do, under quotes, learn it by mimicking what the mentor is doing, you will forget that in a week because you're not using it. Hence your comment about Docker. Once you use it more, you will memorize it naturally. You cannot memorize it any other way. Okay, anyway, let's get back to this a bit. Great discussion though. So traffic 3.5, you can learn from doing something wrong. Absolutely. There's no better way to learn than to fail. I agree. Empty code. Yeah, I mean, everybody has been new at things, you know, so don't say that. It's irrelevant if you're new, man. You should be happy. That's great, man, that you want to learn programming, and I encourage you to do it. It's not hard. Anyone can learn it. Don't label yourself as a beginner. That's no need. You should be proud that you took the courage to do it, and absolutely stick to the fundamentals. If you manage to learn fundamentals of programming well enough, then it's gonna go really, really easy with everything else, because all of the things that modern web has is just a bunch of patterns, bunch of fundamentals, bunch of things that if you learn them, then you'll be able to understand everything that's coming. Okay, so let's take a look at Traffic 3.5 being released. That's nice. Codename Chubby Chew, the elegant goat cheese from Poitou, France. Okay, with its distinctive conical shape and creamy, tangy flavor. Okay, I actually don't care. A bit too much for me. Okay. With Ingress Nginx entering maintenance mode and the Ingress project still early stage, the Kubernetes community needed to clear migration path. That's where traffics that we're introducing an experimental Ingress Nginx provider designed to enable Ingress and users to migrate seamlessly. Nice, man. Wow, that's a big one. That's a big one. This isn't about building 100% compatibility with every Nginx annotation. Instead, we're focusing on providing practical migration foundations. I mean, again, so look, I think these titles are often meaningless. Your only title in your career is what you can show for, right? Everything else is just meaningless, right? So the only reflection of yourself is the outcomes that you produce, right? So if you have nothing to show for, if you have never built anything, you can consider yourself to be God or Jesus or Messiah or whatever. If you have nothing to show for, then that is the reflection of one, right? So that's why titles are meaningless, because they provide no context unless context is provided, right? So I mean, people have such different perceptions of themselves that you have people who are absolutely terrible at this, and they consider themselves some sort of seniors or whatever. And then you have the other way around. You have people who are very humble, very insecure, and they put themselves down, while in fact, oftentimes you're going to see that these types of people, in fact, produce more value than these, right? Thank you very much for reporting it. It's so critical. Thank you so much. I wasn't even aware. Okay, so the dashboard has been read. Fuck, I need to bump this. I'm actually now curious. Let's do it. I need to bump this. So let's do it, because I want to see their new dashboard, because I haven't seen it. So let's do it. So yeah, anyway, titles are up. Okay, here it is. So this is the new traffic dashboard. Okay, I mean, okay. I mean, Yeah, sure, it's better. I mean, it's certainly better. Middlewares, TCP routers, TCP services, TCP middlewares. Okay, we have none, especially not here in development, right? Yeah, I mean, sure. What is traffic hub? Oh, nah. Thank you, but no thanks, but no thanks. Okay. That is that is good. What is happening whatsoever with the monitoring is our etcd file, is our DNS resolution failing locally or something like that, I suppose. Okay, what I'm actually gonna do, and it's quite a so what I'm gonna do now, and it is quite let's call it a very very brave thing. Traffic. Is there any breaking changes? On your phone. I see. We can take a look at that. Let me see. Let me just take a look at this, please. 3.1.3.5. Blah, blah. Do we have? Nah. No, there should not be any breaking changes with this, so that's fine. Okay, let's do this. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna push it. Give me 1 second. I need to SSH into my server. Yes. Nice. Exit that. Clear that. Do that. And then let's just actually push this just for the sake of triggering our build on GitHub, on GitHub pages, GitHub actions, sorry. So let's do this, and let's push the production as well. You know, I'm building the whole platform on my own, so that is the beauty, man. I can commit it however I want. I own it all the repositories. Look how many of these repositories I wrote, all on my own. So many things, everything done in a stream. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Jesus Christ, man. What a dangerous life I live. Living on the edge completely. I don't know if I should cry or be happy when I look at this. Jesus Christ, man. People go skiing, parachuting, you know. And I kind of built 40 different things in a stream. Wow. Tough life. But who can say that? Find a guy that can say that. Find a guy that wrote like 17 million lines of code in a stream. Good luck. People think you're unemployed. Yeah, I wish, man. When you have 2 kids and a wife, you're not unemployed. You cannot afford that. I wish actually sometimes that I'm unemployed, that somebody else feeds me. That would be great. All right, so let's deploy this bad boy and hope that it works. Even though, again, we haven't bumped the major version, so it was a yeah. The secret is to eat less. Definitely. I think that's why I wrote all of the code, for sure. Yeah. Actually, yeah, definitely. I read a post from some moron on LinkedIn, I have to put it that way, a couple of days ago. Some guy from the US, he said, if you want to be a programmer and you're not working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, good luck in your career. Man. I don't know. If it was some other platform, I would have said a lot of things, but I just said I don't want to see a post from this person ever in my life again. Did we break production? Did we break production? No, we didn't break it. Okay. We didn't break it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so that was a tiny one, but it works. So LinkedIn is a meme. Yeah, man. LinkedIn is full of crap, man. It is. It's also full of good stuff, but you have to really, really, really deeply seek for it. Like, you have to put in the effort, because it's filled with so many AI generated things now. I mean, automation is like people using N8N, scheduling posts and stuff like that. So it's like you go there and you're talking not to people, you're talking to AI for the most part, right? That's why I hope we can build a small community for Programmer Network. I mean, I would much rather see this guy saying, are we allowed to shitpost or not? Because I know at least this is a real person, right? Yeah, no, I don't have Twitter. I mean, I don't, these platforms again. So whenever I talk to people, right, and people are right. So when I argue with my colleagues about Twitter, for example, one of my colleagues, I'm not gonna name him, and he actually is right. He says, you know, Alex, well, Twitter can be amazing if you follow the right people, right? And that is probably true. Actually, that is most definitely true. The problem is that these platforms actually throw so much garbage at you that sooner or later you're gonna click on some garbage stuff, and then that's gonna take 3 hours of your time, right? Because these platforms are built to make you engaged. That's why everything is about engagement metrics, about your dopamine levels and stuff like that, right? So yeah, I would. That's why I don't have the social media, because it's damaging. It doesn't provide any value. It just provides waste of time. If it provided some value, I would use it, but it doesn't. I only have LinkedIn, and that is a necessary evil, mostly because of work and jobs and networking. But LinkedIn is also kind of. I mean, the thing is, yeah, I mean, the fear of missing out that many of you are if I could share. Scott on YouTube, hi to you as well. If I could convey to all of you that if you removed all of your social media, literally, if you removed all of it today, if you believed me that your life wouldn't change 1%, if I could just convey that to you and you did it, you would come in a week here and say, Alex, thank you. Because people, when I tell them about this, say, yeah, but what about how will I talk to my friends? Which friends, man? You have 2 friends at best. And if they're your friends, you're gonna talk over SMS, right, or whatever. So what friends, man? Like, who in this chat has more than 2 or 3 friends? I mean, let's face it, right? What friends are you talking about, bro? Like, I mean, let's be a little bit real here. Just because somebody added you to a social platform, that, like, are you saying that you have 673 friends, right? No, I mean, you can laugh as much as you want, but I mean, that is objectively true. I mean, you know, Rebecca is here. No, seriously, I mean, people give me this stupid argument. Yeah, but if I remove social media, what am I gonna do about my friends? Like, bro, what friends, man? Like, come on, man. I mean, it's fine that you're lying to yourself, but I mean, if you have friends, you will talk to them, you know, in some shape or form anyway, over WhatsApp, or You know, so you know, saying that you have social media because of friends is absolutely a lie. Come on, I mean, Twitter for friends? Come on, man, right? It's just silly. So no, if people would listen and remove it for a week or two, you would never install it again. Your life would just objectively become better. I promise you that. Let me just take a look at some of these plugins. Is there a way to filter them? There a way to filter them like by popularity? I think it's this. Okay, so what is this? Start your containers on demand, shut them down. Wow, dude, that's pretty awesome, man. This is like some magical auto scaling or something. What? A free and open source software to start workloads on demand and stop them after a period of inactivity. Wow, that's I have deleted Instagram like 5 months ago. I have literally not missed a single thing. Or, of course you didn't. I actually don't even know what Reels are. That's the first time I hear about it. I know Instagram. I know that that's a platform. Reels, I don't know what that is. They just tell me in person if it's that big of a... Yeah, I mean... install a plugin... shorts that disappear after 24 hours. Oh, I see. Wow. I mean, I can send that literally. I can send that literally over you know, chat. I don't know why is that so important. Okay. All right, I'll take a look at some of these things. I see. Yeah, I don't know. I've never in my life had Instagram, so I haven't. I just the only time when I saw Instagram is in this stream maybe 2 years ago, when we were researching some feature and I wanted to see how other platforms are doing it. Sorry, I went Instagram and then I clicked images just to see how it looks. Instagram UI. Yeah, I think I wrote Instagram UI, and then I realized it's a gallery, basically, just a gallery. It's a gallery app. That's what I thought when I saw it. It just has a bunch of pictures. That's it. Yeah. Anyway, fuck that. I don't care about that. Waste of time. It's anything but a gallery. I see. Screw it. Okay, this is a fascinating problem. Like, how did we manage? I don't know. I need to. This one is hard. It's almost unimaginable. So an article that we have, for some reason, belonged to a wrong user. I mean, so Josh, I agree with you, and let me tell you one thing. So I think there's two fundamental things when I think about LinkedIn or any of these platforms. So LinkedIn, so like let me try to put it in a way that I think about it. So everything in life is some sort of a game, right? LinkedIn is a game, and everybody on LinkedIn know that, and they're playing that game, right? So now, and that is oftentimes a sad part of life. No matter your beliefs, your belief system, no matter your convictions, no matter your righteousness or whatever you want to call it, you either play the game or you're screwed. So that is exactly why the LinkedIn is the only platform I have, is because on LinkedIn is a necessary evil for work. The whole recruitment industry is a failure. The whole engagement and clicks and whatever, like likes and ups and downs and whatever, but it's that's a game, right? So you have to kind of be able to recognize few of these under quotes games in life, and you need to be willing to play them in order to have an edge, for example, to get a job, right? But when it comes to Facebook and Instagram and these platforms, they're just truly useless. So they have they provide no value. LinkedIn does provide the value. LinkedIn, you just have to play a bit of a game. You have to be kind of active a little bit, right? And it does provide the value. You can meet recruiters. They can reach out to you. You can apply for jobs. So that is useful. But other platforms are completely useless, right? They're literally massive waste of time. Until you find a job. True, but I mean, I have a job constantly for 20 years. I don't think there was a single time since 2007 that I haven't had a job, right? But still, you have to keep your presence there. You have to keep an eye, have to connect to people, etc., right? So that is the value, right? LinkedIn has some value in reality. Other platforms have zero value in any reality or not, right? You're just wasting time scrolling through memes, you know, and you think, right? You think because you're aware that it's memes, you believe that you're in control. But you're not in control, man. Let me actually suggest to some of you a book that's called The Dopamine Detox. This is a free book that you can get here, I believe. It used to be free, actually. It's no longer free. They had let me share this with you. So this book, you can read it in around 20 minutes. It's a very short one. This book will explain what I could explain now, but I don't want to spend now 30 minutes, right? But it's I think it's a 72. I literally read this in like 30 minutes. But it's an interesting book, and at the start of the book, there's a little questionnaire, right? So, but to put it in perspective shortly, I assume that most of you who use these social platforms, you wake up in the morning and you're already scrolling. You're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. By the time you're at work or in school, you're already cognitively wasted. And then you wonder, why do I have issues focusing on anything? Well, how would you not have issues focusing on anything? You have consumed hundreds of things that are not even related to each other in a time span of 20 minutes. So how are you even considering that you're going to be focused on anything? And then imagine how many times you do that throughout the day. Like what do you expect, right? Should I care about LinkedIn trying to get it? You should absolutely care about LinkedIn. If you don't have a network, like nobody cares about your GitHub unless they can find you. And they will not find you. Recruiters are not going to go to GitHub and search for you there. So, of course, you need LinkedIn and you need to network. You need to connect with people. That is crucial if you want to get a job. Like you can be the most amazing programmer. If you don't know anyone, or if you're not at least somewhere where people can find you, you're going to have a very hard time. So, of course, you should have it. That's not, it's objectively correct. Pan George, thank you very much for the follow, man. I appreciate that. How was Lisbon? Lisbon was awesome, man. Let me see if I can show some pictures. Give me 1 second. Let me just find them on the other screen. Lisbon was awesome. Man, shut the fuck up. I will in a moment. Give me a second. I mean, I don't have many photos here. I'm still waiting for our company to share them. But man, Lisbon was awesome. Yeah, I've been to the Lisbon last week with my company. So this is one of the videos. I'm gonna try to play it for you. So we rented a bunch of Jeeps. We rented like 7 or 8 Jeeps. And then we went like all around like mountains and stuff. I'm gonna show you, it was insane. So I think we were in like 7 Jeeps. This was last week. This is me and my colleagues in one. Let's see. So this was kind of the area we were in, like an amazing hotel. We had like 2 swimming pools and a bunch of stuff. Like we flew like 50 people there. Let me actually try to find a better one. Give me 1 second. It was pretty awesome. It was super cool. Okay. No. Oh, there's a drone. Okay, wait. Let me. Yeah, man, this was there were parts that were very like bumpy, so I was yeah, shit, man. Wait, Matty, my friend, good evening. Always so happy to see you, dude. Thank you for coming. But yeah, these are some of the images. Wait, this is my colleague. This is me, super hot dude. We had a... My pleasure, empty code. My pleasure, dude. My pleasure. Yeah, this was so much fun, bro. This was so much fun. Losing my mind here. Okay. Man, look at this. This was so freaking awesome, dude. Look where we came with the Jeeps. Man, this was so beautiful here. This was so beautiful. I really, it was an awesome trip, man. It was an awesome trip for sure. This site here was like super badass. Super badass. And then we kind of left the cars here and then one down. There's a guy fishing from here. This is in Lisbon. This is in Lisbon, in Portugal. This bridge that I took a picture of has been built by the same company that built the bridge in San Francisco. So they're almost 2 identical bridges. The one in San Francisco is 200 meters longer. Yeah, this is the dinner. We had some. So this is our CEO. This is it was pretty awesome. We had some amazing food. This is my team at the airport. This is the swimming pool, man. We had such a beautiful... This is our hotel. This was our hotel. Man, it was so awesome. And this is my amazing team. This is my designer here, Doru. This is my other developer, Lee, from my team. Yeah, we're all friends, and this is me dancing with a friend. Look at that. Beautiful. By the way, this video was recorded. Let me tell you, this was amazing. You know who recorded this video? Literally some random lady. So some random lady was recording us and she said, "You are the star of Portugal." Yeah, she said, "You are the star of Portugal." And then she said, "Turn on your like whatever, like NFC or something, some protocol, some iOS protocol." She said, "I'm gonna share this video with you." And I'm like, "All right." And she gave me a high five. It was awesome. Okay, anyway, let's go back to programming. I'm sorry, I just wanted to show. Okay, there was a question. "Hi, I'm an Italian dev. I'm trying to push up my new code editor written Next.js DB and I saw that you're a dev, and I will ask if you want to get free for access. To be honest, Karios, you can share it in chat. Not right now. I don't have the time to do it now, but I think we can definitely try it on the stream. So if you have some landing page or something, share it, and then I need to do due diligence. I don't trust you. You just came to the stream. You can just as well send me a binary that's an exploit of some sort, right? So I'm not gonna just install something that you give it to me. So send us a link. Yeah, send us a web page, and then we're gonna do the due diligence, and then we can consider it. Yes. Okay, so let's be nice citizens of the community, and let's. So what is the selling point of this Karios? First and foremost, as always, great effort. I'm happy that you've built it. So what is this for? So like what should I use this for now? Can you tell me? I see. So it's in Italian. I see. I mean, yeah, man, shut the fuck up. But it doesn't matter. It's a great effort, man, and I'm happy for you. It's just, I don't need this, right? I don't necessarily need this. So I think let's not underestimate, the other people's efforts, right? Maybe you can talk to some junior developers who are learning and who are also speaking Italian, and try to get them interested. Like, you will not get me interested with this, right? I'm not gonna spend time with. I don't care, like, because I'm not the group of users who you should be selling this to, right? So I suggest figure out, like, this is most likely for early entry level junior developers, so you need to target them, right? That's really the feedback I can give you. And besides that, awesome effort, and cool, man. Great. That's amazing, man. Okay, I just need to clean this stuff up a bit, so I can actually see what is like some mini plan of what we can do. Of course, man. My pleasure, man. No, seriously, man. Keep building, dude. Like, note that throughout your life, no matter what you try doing, there will be people who are gonna show their skepticism towards everything, and typically these people themselves don't really do anything, right? So, you cannot fail by building things, right? Because you learn as you do it, you gain experience. So no matter even if you build something that nobody will ever use, you're still winning because you're building, and next thing you build is going to be better. And maybe there hasn't been a single person on earth who has built their first product and succeeded. Elon Musk and all people on this earth have tried at least 10 different things before one of them worked, right? So never forget that, and never allow yourself to be discouraged by anyone. Just you know, build things, and you know, like I always say, everyone can say it, very few can do it. So Josh, likewise, my friend, thank you very much for coming. Shed CDN is Shed CN, yeah, is a very nice one. It reminds me of Programmer Network, yes. That's great, man. That's great. So you're getting some validation. Like, again, get a domain name, sell it better. Like what you have sent to us, is unclear what it is. So use AI, say this is a learning environment for juniors, blah, blah, blah. Exactly. So sell it a little bit better, and who knows, right? I mean, making already money at the age of 17, that is very nice, man. Well done. Well done. That is absolutely impressive. Absolutely impressive. Okay, I'm just kind of cleaning up to see. These are a bunch of ideas I wrote very long ago. So let's see, latest articles under the feed. This has nothing to do with this feature. So let's nuke it. Let me just go through this stuff. Use center. Okay, calendar, recurring events, lock events, sign up. Clicking on a doesn't take you to the other. Though this is not true. Event questions, comments, polymorphic. Sure. Event that doesn't exist. Loads this calendar has no 404 page. Join Twitch link, join YouTube link, join LinkedIn live link. Once I start streaming, expose my stream on meetup.com as well. LinkedIn. Add speakers, presenters, or maybe just highlight them and use different badges as part of attendees. Apply a speaker feature. Users should be able to apply speakers with their PN profile and shortly write what they want to talk about. Additionally, they should be able to share a PowerPoint presentation or any other file. I like that. Shit, man. That's why always write your ideas down. I wrote this when like 2023, and I still agree with it. So that's remove members from an event, cover image for an event. We already have that. An event that has been finished cannot be edited, deleted. An event that has been cancelled and where people have been notified cannot be republished or opened again. Okay, actually, show the cover image file size exceeded error and any other error, blah, blah, blah. Show upload cover when user is editing the meetup. Crop image doesn't seem to be cropping the image properly. Not the case anymore. Extend the meetup type with stream. Invite several relevant streamers to the platform. Then incorporate the date. So we can notify people when streamers are online based on a recurring stream they make. Okay, so we kind of narrowed it down to something. Okay, so what would be great that we do now whatsoever, a hard thing, a painful thing, terrible thing, would be adding a calendar. So like having a recurring event whatsoever. Is that necessary? Is having a calendar visual necessity, or can it be done differently, right? So that is the main question. Like, can we represent that somehow without needing to use a calendar? That is it. It's nice to have. I agree. Yes. But let's see before we dive into that hell. Let me give this to sort these from easy to hard to implement. I think a calendar would be the most clear UI element. Noted. No, but I agree with you. I think it's more like, so okay, so let's actually let's think a little bit about it. It could be an interesting project, right? Okay, so all right, bear with me. So if we go here, thank you very much for being here. And what can I say? We hang out soon again when both of us are around. Have a good night. Okay, so what do we want? We want to be able to have recurring events, okay? So let's not think about calendar. Calendar is meaningless because it's just a visual representation of this and also other events, right? So calendar eventually becomes a way to visually kind of represent these things, not just recurring events, but just, you know, let's say one-time events, or I don't know, how would you call them? I don't think it matters. So we have this. And then eventually we're gonna have that. So what is a recurring event? Well, it's an event that repeats weekly at a certain time. Okay. Each day for that given the event that repeats can have different time on a given day. So basically the repeatable events are not always at, let's say, 3 p.m. When you create events on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it doesn't have to be that you have to choose the same time for all of them. So you have to choose, you can choose the right. Okay, so what else do we know? Will this handle daily, bi-weekly events or something else? I don't know. That's the hardest thing to do now, is to design that, right? And I actually don't know. Just give me a second. I don't know if it's the right time to do this though. I think, no, it's not. No. I think it's not the right time to do this, because I want to polish these things a little bit more. So I think the fact that I can now more or less use this already, and some of you have already kind of joined my programming network meetup here. That's good. That was the goal, and the goal was also that I will share my events here, and even if I make them manually every week, that's fine, right? So now the core thing is looking at what we have and improving that, because the base is there. And then there's one very important task, is that you, if you're a member of a meetup, like for example programming network meetup, let's say Rebecca wants to know when I schedule a new stream, that's one thing that's missing now. So if you're part of this and I now go ahead and schedule a new stream, all the members of that meetup get an email and push notification that, hey, Alex has organized a new meetup at this and this time, right? So I think once we add that, you can say that the feature itself provides value. Basically, you can create a meetup, create an event, and then people can get notified when you stream, or if it's a physical meetup, whatever, right? So I think that is good. Who built your logo? Who built your logo? It's more for sysadmin than developer. I like the Amazon logo they use. No pointing is in the arrow has. I think long ago one of my viewers has built that logo. You mean if you mean for Programmer Network? Yeah, it's one of the viewers. Yeah, exactly. We need to define the recurrence rule, but we will not be doing that now because when I think about it, I think let's kind of finalize the useful features, literally like something that I want, because many of you people have asked, many people at least who, when I used to stream regularly, people would ask, hey Alex, when are you streaming? And I always said for a long time, hey, I want to build this as part of Programmer Network so I can get people to sign up and log in every now and then, but also get notified when I'm actually streaming, right? So let's maybe do that now and then end the stream afterwards. I think that's a solid plan. And that honestly should be fairly simple, right? I don't think that actually, I think this should take us 5 minutes practically, right? Because the only thing we need to do is say when the new event is created, aggregate the list of meetups of that members and then shoot them an email, right? I think somewhere long ago I built some sort of notification settings under the profile, was it? Or I think no, it was notifications. Shit, I saw regression, right? Pretty much, Rebecca, pretty much, yes. Okay, so let's kind of start there. So once you organize the event, we basically want to shoot all the members of that meetup. Production down? No, it's not down. No, maybe you have. Well, we have like several people sign up today. That's awesome. We have 4 more people sign up today. This is great. Thank you guys. Thank you for putting in the effort. That is awesome. Okay, let's see what happened. Oh wow, that was weird. Okay, but it's probably cache or something like that. Let's see. Follow. Okay, interesting. All right, so let's do it. Even though we need to, yeah. I'm just thinking a little bit. Give me a second. Thank you very much for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, so well, there are a couple of things, right? So let's just make a quick task for this and do it. So notify meetup members when new event is organized. So let's keep it a micro task, because typically in our stream we do things very randomly due to the nature of the stream and questions and stuff. So what do we need to do here? Yeah. So when a new meetup event is created, we want to use SendGrid's clients library and shoot the emails using send multiple, I think, right? We need to create a new SendGrid template that will be sent for this given notification. Users must have a way to opt out of these notifications. Right now, under the notification settings, you can either opt in or opt out of all notifications. There is no way to select which ones you want. And we're probably not gonna do that now, because you are all kind of super users and early adopters, so I am confident that many of you will not have a problem getting an email. All right, so I mean, this is kind of what we want. So, and yeah, maybe, yeah, I think they might have, yes. Maybe participating, check-in. Man, shut the fuck up. Can you elaborate, please? I'm absolutely open for feedback. Outplayed, man. I'm so happy to see you again, dude. You disappeared kind of before when I was streaming actively. I'm really happy to see you around again, man. And my pleasure, dude. Thank you for being here, dude. No, I mean, these notifications would only be sent to people who follow that meetup. So if you go to Programmer Network to production right now and you go to my meetup, which is the only one, you can kind of join this meetup, right? That means that, so right now, these people would get a notification, right? Because Enforcer and Mohammed Laksir are now following my they're members of the meetup, right? So we will only email the members of the meetup, of course, right? What? No. I mean, there's all that feature as well. You could say it also should probably exist, but right now people can just go and join a meetup, right? It's that simple. Yeah. Nah. I actually think, man, shut the fuck up. That's a very good idea. Let's actually write that down as an idea. You should really change that Twitch name to your actual name, so I can call you like a normal person. I mean, I didn't ask AI to do this, man. I mean, this is fine, right? Well, actually, I did ask it. I wasn't clear enough. So. I mean, I need to know your name. Calling you, man, shut the fuck up is just so weird. Other calls me Mustafa. Yeah, I'll call you Mustafa as well then. It's better than man, shut the fuck up. Like, way better. Dude, like, I mean, I must admit, I didn't want to do this work at all. But this guy just took it super seriously and just implemented it fully end to end. It even added it to the UI. Oh my god. Oh my freaking lord. Jesus Christ, man. Look at this, bro. It literally, it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna implement this in 3 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I should be happy or not. It's like, yeah, let me just go ahead and do everything, like, and also explain what I did. Jesus Christ. Created migration files. My cursor is paid by my company, so it's a pro. It's like a business one. Jakub, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. I do this out of pure passion when I have the time. And I truly want to build the most awesome network for programmers. That's literally I have absolutely zero incentive in making money out of it. I just want it to be awesome. Maybe one day, who knows? And then naturally, if something is useful, it usually also generates some profit as well. But you know, building a social platform for the most antisocial group of people on earth is, you could say, stupid would be a compliment. Let's just put it that way. It's a brave attempt to say at least. Because everybody knows that programmers are very social, very good at socializing, very good at parties. Like, everybody knows that programmers are like these very good party people. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Ah, man, I swear to freaking God. Man, do I have like a slogan? This is a new slogan. I shit you not. Fuck you, man, Rebecca. Wait. Ah, it's too good. Too good. Let's just keep it part of the platform, at least for like a week or so. Wait a minute. I'm that serious. Let's just see if we can kind of smack it in there, right? Yeah, this is the span is an inline element, right? So that kind of sucks, but it's fine. Let's see. Let's just say here class flex call, and this has to be either a paragraph or we just make it a block type of element, but it's fine. Let's do it like this. All right, this goes to production immediately. It's not even, it's a no-brainer, right? I mean, this is the most amazing description of my platform ever. Would be a huge, massive failure of not doing it, Rebecca. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at this gibberish that AI has generated. So we need to create a new template, obviously. Okay, let's jokes aside now. Let's close this stuff up, down. Okay, so first and foremost, let's look at the migration file. So this is a new migration file. Okay. Okay. Sure. Very good. I agree. Sure. You could say that I dislike this deeply. These kind of let me check these. Okay, maybe it's coarse or something. Is it maybe it's not a course? Watch video on YouTube, video player configuration error. Huh. Okay, let's leave that. I think, I mean, we would have to set this picture-in-picture permission, but I don't think this is why it fails. This is more of a warning that than a. But we'll take a look at that, Bounty. That's good. Thank you. Let's go back here. So I actually dislike there's a bunch of these types that technically you could say don't really need to exist, but okay, let's actually open up SendGrid now, because that's our email provider, essentially a wrapper over AWS SES. So let's go here. Try guessing this password, bastards. Good luck with that. Okay, and let's use our two-factor authentication. So let's say 81.936.37. Incorrect. I was so certain. I was absolutely certain. That ego is just overboard. I'm like, I'm gonna nail it. Then I enter the code for a different platform. Okay, that's what it is. All right, so let's take a look at this. So this template is one of the recent ones we've created for, if we go to, what was it? Email API, yeah, email API, if I recall. Then we have a bunch of these templates. Yeah, and this is the latest kind of one that we made. You wish. So So this is the latest one we did, and this is how it looks like. Okay, cool. So what we could do, just to be smart and not waste time on this crap, is essentially here in SendGrid, we could go to design, and they have this code mode. So we could say, hey, given this existing SendGrid custom HTML template for what was the when I made this one, what was this for? For event reminder, create a similar one based on this for notification about new event of a meetup being organized. I think it's pretty close. I agree, Rebecca. I agree. Let's see. We'll just create a new one, and I mean these things. These are not secrets, so we technically we can keep them in our env file, right? And inject them through our CI. But this is a one tiny exception that I typically make. So these are typically things that I hate, that I don't think makes sense actually keeping inside the envs, because again, now I can actually correlate this to something in here. Whereas if this was a event reminder, whatever, it would be very difficult to what? Oh, I see. Okay. So let's create a new one. Let's create a new dynamic template. Let's call this, what should we call it? New meetup events created. Create. So we have a template ID that we're going to use soon. And how do we open it? What? Add version. Blank template, I suppose. Design editor, code editor. I mean, it doesn't matter. We'll go here, and then we'll just do this, I suppose. Yeah. Paste it. I mean, yeah. Is this great? No. But I mean, it's fine. It's a good start. Yeah, and actually we need also generate a JSON preview object that this template can use, so I can properly preview it in SendGrid editor. So I think this is fine. Then at one point when I have the time, I can just go and refine these. I think for now let's focus on functionality, which is essentially, yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's not even far from the truth to some degree, right? It would be tragic not to use AI, right? It would just be very, it would be just beyond stupidity. That's the problem, right? So this is not a matter of, it's not a question even, right? Like if you're not using it, it's just a tragic mistake. That's just No, I mean, our code is awesome. I would say, I mean, again, there's a massive difference. This has nothing to do with vibe coding. I mean, the code that we generate with AI is the code that we wrote long ago. So it's basically my rules, the cursor rules are look at my code and write it as I did, right? So there's a massive difference. Let's not call it vibe coding is a term invented by whoever recently for non-technical people who are just prompting and copy pasting things blindly. We don't do that, right? AI for you and me is a way to be reasonable and understand that we simply physically can't beat the computer at writing code. Like if we take a look at these changes here, right? So everything that we see here is something that we would have written. So if we had to write these things manually, and I literally mean, if we wrote all of these things now by hand, the amount of time it literally takes to write things by hand physically is illogical to do. So this has nothing to do with capabilities. Can we all here write an if statement? Sure. The point is, you cannot compete with AI on that. It's just tragic if you do that. You're simply degrading yourself for no reason, right? So it's just it would be absurd not to use it. So it's not even a matter of question anymore. Like you must use it. It's just it. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Exactly. It's fascinating, man. It's absolutely insane. I mean, this is insane, man. Like literally, physically, you can't do this. It's just impossible. And like, again, this is why some sort of domain-driven design patterns matter, right? Because the thing is, when you look at this change, this very change, or any change for that matter, right? You can see that the reason why AI in this project, for instance, can do these things so fast is because they're all logically created initially, right? So this is now because when you structurally succeed with your project, it's literally a matter of, so you see what it did here. Extended the database with some table with some fields, updated a certain route, updated the schema, right? So you could see that each one of these files has a function, some sort of function in the whole domain-driven design, right? So that's why it's also so even for human, this is fairly simple. You literally follow these steps, right? So, yeah. Do you think it dulls our creative identity, or I personally prefer to use it only for tooling and Memphis? I think time will tell. I definitely think it does make us dull. I think that is objectively impossible to disagree with. I think the fact that we offload so much cognitive stuff to automation will have consequences, right? But this really boils down to how you think, right? I think, Memphis, based on what you said right now and based how you formulated the question, it's clear that a lot of people are still going through the transformation process. Like this question that you just asked has been asked throughout thousands of years of evolution. I'm sure that farmers said something like, will we forget how to use a shovel because tractors will do it? I'm sure that every single generation that went through every single advancement of technology has asked the same question. But that question is actually irrelevant, because that question could only be relevant if the existence of AI would be in question, right? But because we know that AI is here to stay, it became part of the reality and the new world, it's not going to be a matter of question. In 5-10 years from now, nobody is going to be even saying, I'm doing AI-assisted programming. People will just be calling it programming. Just as 30 years ago when people wrote assembly, they called it programming as well. They didn't call it assembly programming, right? So it actually doesn't matter. It's absolutely irrelevant what it does to us. Does it make us dull or not? You will have to use it, right? So the question whether it does something to us, it doesn't really make any difference. You will use it. There's no question about that. Sooner or later you will have to use it, and that's how it is. Okay, so there's some of this code that I don't like. We'll need to. Yeah, there's some of it that I don't like. And that is also the future, Rebecca. I mean, again, it is 100% correct observation, and yet it's meaningless to a degree, right? Like our fears of it won't change anything, right? Sooner one embraces these new things and ensures that they are valuable, the better. Everything else is just kind of trying to buy time by fighting it, whatever, but it's meaningless. You can't fight it. It's here and it's gonna stay here. And again, in a couple of years, nobody's gonna even mention that, hey, yeah, for sure. I agree. I absolutely agree with you. Give me 1 second. I need to check. I don't remember actually. So how did I do it for other templates? Subject preheader. Yeah. Okay. I see. Why is it casting like this? This is so... I hate this, man. What? Oh, I see why. Because it's a left join, but it makes no sense. Why would you do that, man? Jesus Christ. Okay. But then... So I presume... Yeah. I see. I hate code like this, man. I hate code like this. That's absolutely terrible. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Black Friday, I don't care, man. Interesting. Yeah, no, okay, I cannot merge this yet. I need to review this off stream and fix it. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like this. No, it's great. I mean, I'm very happy with the AI helping out a bit here, sure. But no, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. This is logical, just doing a left join there, fine. This is kind of terrible, you could say. Why is it using a promise API and not async await? It's just so random sometimes. You kind of get a bit spoiled. Also, what the why, man? Why are you doing this? Wow, okay, that is super weird. Also this, really? Why? Okay, there's a couple of things. Yeah, okay, so, needs more work, needs more a review, but I'm not gonna commit it or anything yet. It's fine. I'm not dissatisfied. It's good. It's gonna be great. But yeah, it kind of needs an adult's look. So an adult has to look at it. Yeah, maybe that's why it write perfect code AI. Oh, I mean, honestly, 80% of it is good. No. So this is a different thing, right? So no, we have created a new template. That is true, right? We have 2 of them for these events. That is absolutely true. But no, so this is also for, you see, like we've added locally. So because now we have a bunch of, like, we're adding more and more notifications. We've also added, so we have 2 types of notifications. We have push notification, we have a web push server, and we have email notifications. But now, I mean, I need to do, of course, this is just a POC by AI, but it would be nice if people can opt out of specific notifications, not either all or none, right? So the idea here is that you can say, hey, I only want to receive these types of notifications, right? And then there's a migration file that looks correct. That is the most important thing. So if you ask me, yeah. Finally, not a game dev stream. I mean, I suppose it's fun for people to stream that. I mean, I would assume so, but that's a very tough industry. There is actually the worst industry in from all of our sub industries, the toughest. You really need to be brave to build video games. Okay, cool. That is fine. I'm not gonna finalize that now, no chance. But that you could say practically would say that the MVP, not MVP, that the core features of, like, so you could say that our meetups feature and events feature objectively is sufficient for me to use it for my streams, right? So so I think that's good, right? Did I not push the change? I didn't push it yet. Okay. True. Okay. Nice, man. So many people signed up today. Thank you so much. That's such a nice thing from you. And also some of you guys also kind of joined the stream, the meetup. Great, super. That's great. I'm so happy. Thank you very much. That's great. Okay, so we have the template. So most work is kind of done. We're in a good spot, I would say. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. That's awesome. Let me actually see, did I not save this? Oh, okay. So that's a little issue there. Let's do this. Version name, version 1. What type of input field is version name? I mean, how can you even ask your users to give a name, to give a version name to a template, man? This is such a, sometimes like you wonder like who the PM of these products is like, version name. Like, dude, humans do not think like that. Like, what do you mean version name? Who cares, man? Like, people come here and create a template for their email. What is a version name? But like, you know, when you ask this okay, no, it's just silly. Like, I mean, this is just a meaningless input, because I've seen these types of inputs in CRMs, in Salesforce, in HubSpot, in so many products, and people never ever use them for anything. I've seen it in Google Tag Manager. So when you're injecting a script through Google Tag Manager to your website, there's like, name this new release. It's like, dude, and what do people write? People write like 1, 2, 3. New release. Like, dude, you don't ask your users that sort of stuff, man. It makes you know, any sense. It's just less like dump. But yeah, it's okay. It's a little bit of a rant, but yeah, that's just what it is. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Google Tag Manager is awesome. Google Tag Manager is awesome for non-technical people, right? So that is the selling point, pretty much. Okay, guys, let's kind of round up slowly. Let me switch to my main camera. Let's see if there's any interesting remarks. I think I've streamed for 2.5 hours. I think I'm good. I want to lay down a bit and rest. There's work tomorrow, and Rebecca, your slogan is now live on the website, like a pool in the middle of the desert. So that was the change of the stream for sure. So now we have a slogan that somebody else has to come with a better name. Good luck with that. I think the best update for sure. Yeah, but most productive stream. I think we did well. I'm honestly happy. I think we did fine, and honestly, yeah, I think we did well. I think we did well. Yes. So I think I'm happy. Matty, please, when you're around, stay around. I really like when you're here, man. I appreciate that so much. But I'm still here. If any of you guys have any questions, of course, or remarks, or you have some thoughts that you want to discuss on YouTube, on and Bounty, actually, I will fix that. Let me actually just save that. I think to be very frank with you, I also saw that a couple of days ago. So let me just, well, I think you sent the link somewhere. Let me find the link up there somewhere. Hopefully, yeah, I got it. So I will maybe even off stream tonight do that if I don't go to sleep, Bounty. Check soft delete problem with authors. Okay, I will also do that. Let me just write these things down. Thank you guys. I appreciate the involvement. So reported by chat. Let me just create it like this. And G Bounty, and then thank you, Jakub, as well. Thank you all of you guys for also signing up. For signing up on the platform. I appreciate that very much. And if some of you aren't signed up yet, and if you have literally it takes 10 seconds of your time, it's very motivating for me. So if you don't mind, and if you are planning to stick around this stream and this community, I think it's awesome to kind of do it. Either way, of course, I'm not going to force you, not going to ask you. It's just a reminder. I hate reminding people of that. So I typically love when people do it on their own, and most of you do. So thank you very much for that. Thank you guys again. Good night. Have a great one. Tomorrow is Friday. Can't wait. And then we have the weekend. So if you guys are also over the weekend here, let's hang out and spend some time talking stuff. I'm going to go now. Peace out, everybody. Good night. Bye-bye.